there was no need for y'all to shoot that guy and kill him, man. No need at all. I just don't. I don't believe it. I don't understand it. It's like, come on, man. At some point, this you're supposed to be a tactical thinking job. That's supposed to be a job that you're supposed to use, strategics, strategy to apprehend the assailant or whatever you want to call them. And it's like y'all not doing that. It's like I don't understand. Like, is that not a requirement to be able to think strategically? Is not a requirement to be a police officer? I mean, they show you how to, do defensive driving and all this other stuff, but lately it just seems like all of that is just going out the window. Like, where's that at, man? Where's that at? Y'all need to go back to school. You go back to school, learn how to apprehend these people, and get it together, man. Definitely got to get it together. Cause I'm tripping, man. It just don't make sense. Is that what they show y'all how to do? How to take down people? Like the only way to take down people is to shoot them and kill them? Like I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like where is that? Is that in the handbook on page 15, or is it hidden in the words? Like, cause there's just too much of it going on. I understand these people are criminals and they supposed to still be treated as individuals. It's still the same. So at some point, you guys as police officers who not thinking tactically have to think tactically. It should have been another way to subdue the guy, cut him off. One guy pulled the car off, pull the car out, and jump the curb, stop him. Right, where you gonna go? He can't hop over the car. So I mean, what else? What else is there? You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, like I said, I probably would have been like, why did he? And then I'd have been like, man, run and go get the car and cut this dude off. Like, just pull up on the street, on the curb. You can't jump over the car. You don't got no legs. You don't slide under the car. I mean, if you do that, then you just, run around the car, you catch him. Like, what, huh? Come on, man. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You gotta think a little bit more tactically, police officers. I'm calling you out, saying like, if you guys don't start thinking tactically, strategically, you're gonna have more problems on your hands. You're gonna have more uproars. You're gonna have more and more to unrest where the citizens, the people, aren't going to have faith in you, don't believe in you, because you're making the wrong choices. You're making a bad decision in these moments. And that's what's supposed to separate you from everybody else. From my understanding, is the badge, but the knowledge behind the badge, the knowledge of the laws, as well as the thinking process of how to do things strategically, how to cut a car off, how to end a police chase, and that's what it's about. But I think too many police officers don't get to use their gun in action, or want to use their gun in action because they can legally carry it, or whatever the case may be, and they're making these bad decisions. So look, stop making these bad decisions. I don't want to keep talking about police brutality, the police officers killing people because of they can't apprehend them, they can't take them down. Come on, man, got to do better. You got to do better. If you need to take some taekwondo lessons, maybe I need to take some taekwondo lessons or some Krav Maga or something, because this is just getting out of hand, dude. A double amputee, a man with no legs, gets gunned down by the police because they couldn't catch him. He couldn't catch him. Hey, look. So look, this something serious though. This is serious. So I mean, it's all in the news. It's been all on CNN. You got 3 rappers that came to the city of Detroit to perform. The show got canceled, and the guys disappeared. Man, it's a lot going on that we don't know about. That's all I can say, man. I don't know nothing, but I'm just saying from outside looking in, it's like a lot of stuff like it's not making sense. It's not adding up. So all that they're giving you, and they probably keeping some of the details. You know how the police like to keep the details so they can catch people up in the conversations while they're interrogating them and say, well, we didn't ever say that. That was never in the news. How did you know that information? And they can try to catch the guy up. But just so, I mean, all they releasing is bits and pieces. First, they didn't know anything. So now they're saying that the three guys knew each other from when they did the time in prison. And now they was out, they was doing something. So we never know what happened. Like what happened, before they went to prison, what happened in prison, and what happened when they got out. So that's what I say when I say there's a lot of different things that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about, and that's what I mean. It's like we don't know how they survived in prison. You never know, what moves that they made, or who did they come across, or who did they, who they, made upset, or or made a bad deal, or they lied or something, or you know what I'm saying. We never know what it is that caused this situation, but I'm just saying, come on, Detroit, let's. You in the rap game. The rap game is the rap game. Lead the rap game is the rap game, and lead the hustle and the goons out of it as much as you possibly can. Because in a minute, you're going to have producers not want to come deal with y'all. They're going to put Detroit on and be like, man, we're not going to Detroit. Detroit too scared. Producers ain't not going to want to come. And you're not going to be able to get record deals because people be too scared to come. You got to take that into consideration. I don't think a lot of y'all are taking that into consideration. You got to think about it. If you trying to scare people and use these scare tactics, you're going to scare the wrong people. The wrong people, meaning the people with the money that come to give you a record deal, that come and try to help you, get off the ground and shoot these videos, they not want to go come mess with you because they too scared. They're like, man, I'm not coming there. Then they're going to tell you got to come here, come to where they at. And then you go like, well, I don't want to go there, man. Why you can't come see me? Because they scared, man. You think a record producer, a real straight up record producer, that's all they ever did was music, wants to come to a city where rappers get killed? You know what I'm saying? Performers get canceled and somebody take them out? Nah, man. They're going to be like, that's too much violence. Like, I understand keeping it real, keeping it street, keeping it hood. Rap music was designed to talk about the struggle and what's being seen in their surroundings, and what needs to be changed, and what in society is made, and what we accept on different levels of life we live. But come on, man, the realness is there. That's cool. I'm not taking that away from it. But what I'm saying is, let the gangsters be gangsters outside of the rap game. If you a gangster and you rapping, then that's what you're doing now. You're not a gangster no more. You're a rapper. You're a gangster rapper because you're rapping about gangster lyrics and gangster lifestyle. But at this point, when you decided to become a rapper, you're no longer a gangster no more. Why you say? Why you say that, Suede? Suede, why you say that? I'm gonna tell you like this. Gangsters move a certain kind of way, right? Now that you being videoed and all your life is being watched, you can't move like a gangster no more in real life. Why? Because you going to end up losing all that money. So if the purpose that you did was to get out there and make rap music to make money, to get out of the hood, or you making rap music to expose a lifestyle to show that it's not all hunky-dory, or to show the struggle or talk about the struggle that you came from, you get locked up. How you going to do that? That's why I'm just be honest with you. You get locked up, how are you going to try to continue to push your music? You can't. Locked up. You can only push whatever music you have out there. And that's where you stuck at. But once you locked up, it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it, Young Thug or somebody? Got natural life, dog. He lived his life, but he's still young. So now the rest of his life, so that short time, he made all that money out here doing his thing, and now he gone. So all he got is the memories of sitting there. Man, why not add longevity to it? You switched careers, and being a gangster is a career. You put in work. You know what I'm saying? You go through levels, you get higher, you become a bigger gangster than what you are. You get money. It's levels to it. It's levels to everything. So why not realize once you become a rapper and becoming in the public light, and that means being exposed, because you're trying to get exposed. You want people, you want 100 million views, you want 30 million views, you want people to view you, to see your music, to enjoy your creativity. But if you locked up, how you gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? You can't be a gangster no more once you get into this limelight. That's all. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Come on, man, wake up. You gotta wake up. You can't be a gangster no more if you doing rap shows all over the country. You can't be a hustler no more when you out here doing shows all over the country. You got all type of people watching you. It's no longer just two couple people. You got millions of people watching you, whether it's good or bad. So you got a group of people that's waiting to expose you. At any given time, they want to see you fall, see you fail. You got haters out here. Why feed them? You know what I'm saying? Why feed them off that type of stuff, man? Oh, I'm the one that exposed this rapper for still selling drugs, moving guns, or I exposed them for being a gangster. They was extorting people for money. They beat people up. They pulling guns. Why are you being associated with that? The minute you decide to put your videos on YouTube, SoundCloud, Tidal, Apple Music, the minute you decide to do that, you actually made a career choice and you changed the career that you was in. I mean, you may not look at it like that, you may not understand it like that, but that's what you did. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm calling you out, the city of Detroit, and I'm telling y'all, look, we got, we popping off. We got a lot of people, music popping off out here. People want to come do business with Detroit rappers and performers, and you know what I'm saying. Let's not, don't short live that. You know what I'm saying. Don't cut that short. Let it ride out. Let it go. Let it, you know what I'm saying, let it stay popular like it is. But, these three cats, if it was chalked up to the game, let it be known they was chalked up to the game, that they did something that they wasn't supposed to do. Let that be known. That's all I'm saying. You gotta be real with it, because if not, once again, you're gonna cut that. Everybody want to come get a Detroit rapper. Everybody want a Detroit flavor. So it's gonna start getting, all mucked up, and then the next thing you know, nobody want to come. Don't nobody want to produce nobody from Detroit because they scared. Oh man, I mean, I know you want the title of, respect, but you can still get that respect at the same time though, without still, you know what I'm saying? And plus, if you real from the streets and you was in the streets, people know who you are already. They know what type of level, type of person, or how you move. So you don't have to explain yourself. A lot of gangsters, you know what I'm saying? Real gangsters, that's how they move. The gangsters don't have to explain who they are and what they do. They already know. People already know. If you in the streets, you in the streets, you know. If you're a civilian, you don't know. And that's when your music come in and tell people who you are. You're watching the Suede Covington Show. The best thing on the planet, baby. Streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no cooler place to be than WJZZ. You know what I'm saying? The Suede Covington Show going on, working on the second year. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Being here on WJZZ, I thank you for all the support you've done. You know what I'm saying? All the views, all the love. You know what I mean? You can still check me out on the Instagram at the different restaurants. J. Alexander's. Hit it again. A nice spot. I like it. This time, I had the crab cakes. The crab cakes was pretty good. I had the crab cakes, the French fries, and the macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? So I got like 4 or 5 more items on the J. Alexander menu that I haven't tried yet. So my goal is to try every item on the menu of J. Alexander's and experience it with you and let you know about it and tell you how you feel about it so you can go try it yourself or not. You know what I'm saying? You make your own opinion about it. Now, I understand the views and everything that I'm saying. I'm not trying to be malicious with any restaurant, try to shut them down or anything like that. I'm just giving my opinion on, how the food tastes and my palate. Your palate might be a little different than mine, but I'm just giving you my viewpoint so you can have a good idea of what to expect when you sit down at the restaurants. The service was excellent. You know what I'm saying? The drinks was good. I enjoyed it. You know, my people enjoyed it. It was a wonderful thing, man. Wonderful thing. LeBron James, he just reached an all-time score above Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Man, that's a lot of points, man. I think it's like 38,000 points that he scored over his career, man. So he's been in the NBA, I think, since he was like 18. You know, that's a long time. So that's hey, look, that's a real career. The man made basketball his career. He went from 18 to 38. That's 30 years. Oh, see, y'all was just, I got you. That's 20 years in the game, man. That's 20 long, hard years he put in the game. A couple championships. He left. He left from Cleveland, went to Miami, went to LA. Now he at LA. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty decent career. I mean, you know, a couple championships, a few championships under his belt. You know, he's reached the all-time score. It was a big deal. A big deal. Nobody had beat Kareem's record. Jordan didn't even beat Kareem's record, I don't think. Kobe Bryant, you know, rest in peace, didn't beat Kareem's record. But LeBron beat Kareem's record all-time scoring points, man. That's a real ball hog. He wasn't passing the ball at all. But no, I can't say that about him. I watched a good amount of LeBron's career, and he will pass the ball. He will share the ball. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just a lot of time that he put dedicated to the game. And it shows, man. And it shows. Now, the thing is, who's going to pick up the torch from LeBron? You know? So you have Michael Jordan, then you had Kobe. So no, actually, you know, I can go back. You say you had Bird, Magic Johnson, and then you had Dominique and Ewing, and then you had Jordan, and you had Kobe. Oh, don't forget the Pistons in there, you know. And then now, when LeBron retired, who's the next person to pick up the torch, man? You know what I'm saying? Let me know who's the next person to pick up the torch. You can leave it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Who do you think is the next person to pick up the torch after LeBron James, retires? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think? Who do you think? Super Bowl. Super Bowl is coming up Sunday. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go to party for the Super Bowl. I know wherever I go, they better have some wings, man. I don't know what it is, but you got to have wings at the Super Bowl party. If you don't have wings at the Super Bowl party, I don't think you had a Super Bowl party, man. I really don't think you had a Super Bowl party if you don't have wings, man. Super Bowl Sunday, ready for the commercials. They say it's a historic event. You have two black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl for the first time ever. It's crazy to think sometimes how we're still making strides in different things. Over 50-something years of the NFL or 50-something years of the Super Bowl. This is the first time two black quarterbacks have ever played against each other. And that's something to really think about, man. The advancements, and it's 2023. We got electric cars on the road, like full electric cars. We got, not so much electric cars, we got autonomous cars on the road. See, that's the thing. The electric cars, that technology is not really new. They experimented with them back in the 70s and the 60s or somewhere around in there. But the autonomous electric cars, that's totally new technology. You know what I'm saying? So we got self-driving cars in 2023, but we also celebrating two black quarterbacks in the NFL and the Super Bowl. First time ever. So that's something to think about. So where have we really advanced, and how much have we really advanced since slavery, since Jim Crow laws? How far have we really advanced to? Where are we at for real? You know what I'm saying? You really have to think about that, though. You know, uh, I'm going with the Chiefs. I don't know about y'all. I'm going with the Chiefs. Anybody want to bet me? Holla at me in the comments. Tell me what you want to do. Let's bet it up. Let's definitely bet it all the way up. Cause I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm going for the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Going for the Chiefs all day. Let me know what you want to do. Let me know exactly what you want to do. It's Black History Month. Let's talk about it. You know, other people other than Martin Luther King. You know, not to knock Martin Luther King, but let's talk about you know, other than Malcolm X. I mean, these are the people that everybody knows. They talk about every year for Black History Month. You know, everybody go to the same people, um, uh, and they want to talk about the same things: inequality. It's still here. It's still there. Let's talk about. Let's see. Bayard Rustin. She say he was from 1912 to 1987. But they say Buston was. It was Buston. It was. I'm saying his name wrong. So let me say this again. Bayard Rustin. Bayard Rustin. It says Rustin is who organized and strategized in the shadows the March on Washington in April. In August 1963. It says he was a gay man who had controversial ties to communism. He was considered too much of a liability to be on the front lines of the movement. Nonetheless, he was considered to be one of the most brilliant minds and served his community tirelessly while pushing for more jobs and better wages. Let's go one more. Let's talk about Anna Lee Cooper, right? The Selma, Alabama native played a crucial part in the 1965 Selma voting rights movement. But it wasn't until Oprah played her in the 2014 Oscar-nominated film Selma that people really took notice of Cooper's activism. She is lauded for punching Alabama Sheriff Jim Clark in the face, but she really deserves to be celebrated for fighting to restore and protect voting rights. You know what? Voting, you know what? For the younger generation, for people who really don't understand voting and the importance of it, the necessity that you get out and vote, right? The system is set up, and it's supposed to be set up for the votes. The people are supposed to make the final decision by voting. You got to think about it like this, right? If voting wasn't so important, why would they be trying to rig the boxes? Why would they be saying, "Oh, the boxes are rigged"? Why would they be fighting and try to say, "Oh, that this vote just doesn't qualify," or try to stop you from voting? If you really look at it, and I say this all the time, if you really look at it, if it was that just meaningless for votes, then they wouldn't be trying to take it away from it. For instance, they want to say, "Oh, well, that's black on black crime. Oh, it doesn't affect us, blah, blah, blah." Guess what they do? Nothing about it. They don't do anything, right? But when it comes to voting, they trying to stop you from voting. They don't want you to vote. They don't want your vote to be counted. So it must be something real important about voting if they trying so hard for your vote not to count. You gotta understand. You gotta wake up. Something's going on. If they don't want you to vote, They want you to stop voting. They, trying to disqualify votes. So voting is very important in any type of political system. It takes votes to get people in. It takes votes to get people out. I mean, and even in the small elections, the mayoral elections, it's votes. How many votes did this person get? How many votes did that person get? You gotta look at it. They doing polls all the time on the favor. Who's the favor? The public like Joe Biden. The public like your mayor. The public don't like your mayor. They doing polls, small polls to see if where the vote is going to be, what demographic is voting, and that's another thing. If it wasn't so important, voting wasn't so important, then why do they care about the demographics? Why do they care about this group of people votes and this group of people votes? Or if you pay attention to like politics in their city, it was like, well, you don't got these votes, but if you get this group and this group and this group of people to vote for you, it'll make up for the difference of not getting that majority of vote. But if you get these 5, 6, 7 minority groups, they add up to more than that majority vote. It's a game, people. Voting really matters. Your vote really matters. If you feel like you voted for somebody and they didn't get in there, maybe you need to go and try to spread the information that you have to include people who are just like you, who probably don't know what's going on and the need for the vote. Go ahead and spread that information. You spread that information, I guarantee you, the next time you vote, you not voting by yourself, you include 4, 5, or 6 more people. But they try to discourage you and say, don't talk about politics and religion. They're the two things. But you got to talk about politics at some point. How does everybody get together to vote on the same get on the same agenda as everybody, or vote for the same person, if nobody communicates what the vote is, if nobody communicate the best answer? I mean, even in the UAW, the political system in the UAW, it still ran on votes. I mean, you got to think about it, people. Your UAW, you part of the UAW. You got people who only think about the big 3 in the UAW, but you forget about the smaller car plants that's there in the UAW. You forget about Blue Cross and Blue Shield as part of the UAW. You forget about the casino workers, they're part of the UAW. Those votes matter and count as well. So if you out politicking and you get niche groups, those groups can outnumber the big 3. You never know. And you get that plus the people backing the big 3, you can really make a political move or a statement by that. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? The vote counts. It really counts. So you gotta get out here and vote and understand that voting really, really matters. You know what I'm saying? You can even vote Suede Covington or something, being #1, you know what I'm saying, podcasting on the planet. You can vote for Suede Covington to be the best thing on the planet, baby, all day. Vote for me, #1, your boy, Suede Covington. Vote for your man, Suede Covington out here, man. The best thing on the planet, baby. You're watching the Suede Covington Show live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You know what I'm saying? In the world. There's no other station like WJZZ Cool TV, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be here on another Wednesday. The weather, you know what I'm saying, is getting a little warmer. It's like 50 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying? That cold weather is gone. Man, that cold weather had me, I wasn't even leaving out the house. It was taking me all day to start up the car. You know what I mean? It's like, woo-wee. Look, so I brought up the electric cars. So the electric cars, let's talk about the electric cars, man. Let's say you got over 10 companies making electric cars. Now the prices was up, it's coming down a little bit. Now they working on the charging and they go to length. But if you think about it, a car, the few cars that I had, only went like 300 something miles before I had to get gas. You know what I'm saying? So the 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 distance that the electric cars can travel is almost equivalent to what you can do in a gasoline car. Now, this is the thing though. They don't. They now these places are starting to get the chargers and how long it takes to charge the car. But that's ever changing technology. So, like a year ago, or no, let's say about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, they had a little smart cars that was electric. It took 10 hours, 10 hours, no, 20 hours to charge a car, a little small car. Now it takes about 10 hours, so that's got cut in half. So now they doing the research to get, they trying to get the research to break it down to like 20 minutes. So they working on 20 minutes. You charge your car for 20 minutes and get a full charge, and you out. You know, so I mean, electric cars, the convenience, you get more room in it because you don't have all the internal parts of the engine. You don't have the transmission. You don't have the big motor. So they losing that drivetrain, but it's still also creating other jobs. So, and that's one of the drawbacks that I've heard about electric vehicles, and is the drawback is that there's people gonna lose their jobs, but you still got other places that are hiring that's replacing those jobs. They got all type of job openings for electric cars, different components for electric vehicles, the chargers, the generators. I mean, it's still employment out there even with the electric cars, but it just transfers over from, building a motor and a trans and connected it all to, just building a little, the motor, a smaller motor for each wheel. The different components, the batteries. They got the battery plants that's opening up to build the batteries. So I mean, it's the kind of for look like for every 3 jobs you may have 1 job, but that's still putting people out of a job. But there are some states that don't want electric cars. Like they said, electric cars will kill their whole economy. So I mean, it's a battle with electric cars. No, I don't have one. You know what? I'm not really interested too much in electric car per se. Have I drove one? Yes. Quiet. It's a whole different ride. I'm still just used to I'm used to the motor, man. I love the motor. I love the sound of the motor. I mean, even if you would have to put like some type of rumble thing under my seat and put the speakers in the back. You know what I'm saying? Out the tailpipe like they doing for, to give it that muscle car sound, that Flowmaster sound. You know what I'm saying? The Edelbrock, the carburetor. All that contributes to the sound and the motor and the rumble that you get from building that motor. And I think that's a lot of people that's taken away from it because father and sons, father and daughters, mother and sons, used to work on these cars, change the carburetor, change the intake, redo the exhaust, make it, 1,000 horses or add another couple of hundred horses. I mean, and you still got people that want to do that. And that's kind of taken away from it. And I think there's a lot of small things that's associated with the electric, a gasoline vehicle that there's reasons why people are still holding on to them, and some people aren't embracing that culture and want to just jump into them. It's taking a lot away, man. Family time, and then the car is fully autonomous. You think that now they're gonna have conversation in these cars, man? Everybody on their phones and iPads anyway. So you get in a car, it used to be the road trip. There was no cell phones, so everybody had to talk, sing crazy songs, 100. You know what I'm saying? 100 bottle beers, 100 bottle of beer on the wall, or row your boat and all that. It's taking away the family time. So we got to still figure a way to incorporate that family time back in, even in the road trips. Like before, it was like, okay, you was in the house, you was doing your own thing. Now you get in the car, you doing your own thing. There's no family bond and togetherness. Everybody's out for self because everybody want to do that. So I mean, it's just something to think about, man. Something definitely to think about. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. Um, as well as, hey, look, so you guys are coming in making that transition from another lifestyle to the working force. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of programs out there. Hey, take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Get involved in that to help you make that transition. I mean, even for regular people who you never had a job before, you probably want to think about taking some of those classes too, because it puts a lot of things in perspective for you that you didn't think about on a working level. Um, I'm serious, man. It's so much with customer service, uh, so much with dealing with your supervisor. I mean, it's a lot of things that's associated with a job, having a job and turning it into a career. So there's a lot of stuff out there that I want you guys to take in consideration. Your peoples, holla at your peoples, your fam, who was working for themselves for so many years, and whatever happened, now they have to get a job. A lot of them don't know how to make that transition because they're still in a owner operator mentality. Like, I ran this. This is how I ran it. This was, what I'm saying. And some of them don't ever take the time to think like this is how you ran it, but this is also how you lost it. So you may need to look at things are just a little bit different when you're making that transition. I mean, small communication errors. Just the conversation aspect of it, or the conversation between an employee and a supervisor. That's very important. You want to make sure that you have that understanding. A lot of people, get into the workforce. The younger generation, I would say the younger generation. Just let's say people, period. Just in general, it doesn't even have to be the younger generation. It's just uh, people in general. They get in, and the supervisor tell them to do something, and they'll say, "Well, man, you don't talk to me like that. This is not." First of all, you got to understand this is not the streets. This is not a shouting match. This is not where people are trying to make you feel smaller, or they're just trying to get the task done. Now, there are situations when you do have those supervisors that talk to you that way. But if you feel like everybody's talking to you that way because they're a supervisor, you'll never know the difference. So that's why you may need to just step into class for like a minute or two. Go for like a week if they have the class, so you can get a better understanding on being a part of the workforce. And like I said, it don't necessarily have to be you transitioning from a prison or jail. It could be just you ran your own business for the last 10 years. So you don't know how to necessarily be an employee. So it's something you got to take into consideration. That's very important because being a good employee helps the whole process. So you got to, hey, check it out, man. In your local area, there's a lot of different programs, outreach programs. So check them out. Don't be afraid to step in and see what it is to be an employee. To check it out, to understand how to be a better part of the workforce, man. We need people. I see that the people are starting to get back jobs. They're starting back to work. They're starting, things are starting to move. A lot of places are starting to be booked now because everybody's out moving around. But there still is a small worker shortage that has to be addressed. So come on, people, let's get out here and work. Let's make the world go round. No people working. There's no people spending money. The world slow down. We saw that with the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? People slowing down, not want to work. You know what I mean? So we gotta pick that up and get that together so we can make this world move around. Economy get to moving around, and then boom, we back at it again. We back making money, baby. But I see a lot of times now it's like a lot of people making money off the internet. So off Amazon, off of Etsy, eBay, and other things, man. But we still need the physical workers. Please, I need, when I go to my restaurants, I still need the servers there. I still need a good quality server because I want to tip the quality server So when you see your man Suede Covington, you know I'm gonna take care of you, so you better take care of me. You take care of me, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna be real with you. When I go, if my waitress or my waiter takes care of me, my server takes care of me, I take care of them. You know, you keep my drink going. You know, you make sure my food come out warm and it's like it's supposed to be. Whatever little things that I add or take away from it, if you take care of me, I got you at the end of the meal. I know a lot of the servers be worried about that. Like, man, is this person really gonna tip me? How much they gonna tip me? And they try to size people up and try to figure out who is gonna tip them to see how well of service they're gonna provide for that person. And then you get some of them just, go 100 every time. And, sometimes you get a couple bad ones, and then the majority of the times you get people. But you always get a return customer, if you give them the good service all day. All day. Give me the good service. I like the good service. You know what I'm saying? My drink, hey, you need another one? Yeah, run it. Give me another one. Hey, then let me know too. You know what I'm saying? I got bread, but still let me know. Like, hey, look, if I get this other strawberry lemonade for you, it's an additional charge. All right, cool. Let me know. Because if I get the bill and you've been bringing them to me all night, I'm looking like, wait a minute, hold on. Why I got 10 of these? Why you didn't tell me that they cost? You know what I'm saying? Because now I feel like you trying to hustle me. I don't like being hustled. Nobody likes being hustled, but I don't like being hustled. Then I don't want to tip. Then I don't want to come back. Then I'm looking at you like, man, I ain't coming back here. This guy, this lady tried to get over on me. And then bring all the money back. Look. If the gratuity is in the bill, so if my bill is $471, you know what I'm saying, and I give you $500 in 50s, bring me my change back. Your gratuity is all in the bill. Why is you asking me, is this it? What you mean? Your gratuity is already in there. Why are you trying to get more money? And then let me decide. It's not for you to take my money. It's for me to decide if I want to give you that extra money. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that away from me. Let me have that. I might just tell you, go ahead and take it. Or I might need a couple of dollars out of that to pay for parking, or you know what I'm saying, some other stuff, and give you the $5 give you the $5 bill or the $10 bill or the $20 bill that's left over. I might need the singles or something. So yeah, the gratuity, yeah. So stop that. All y'all stop that. If gratuity is in the bill, you know what I'm saying, stop being greedy. Just push on. You know what I'm saying? Wait a couple seconds. If the person don't want to get to you, all right, well, good, because you done already got your tip. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute. Why y'all trying to hustle? You know what I'm saying? You done got your tip already. Why you still here trying to, smile and wink? No. Look, I didn't feel like the service deserved any more than the 18% that you done already charged me on the bill. Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, you done already charged it on the bill, so why you trying to hustle it even more? You know what I'm saying? If they put it on the bill, then what's the deal? If they put it on the bill, what's the deal? Hey, look, that's my time. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, look here. We talked about a lot of stuff today, so you know what I'm saying? You may have to rewind it and catch the different parts of the show later on, but we talked about a lot of stuff today. Me and you together, yeah, we discussed that. Yeah, that's me and you. Me and you talked about a lot of stuff today. I'm your man, Suede Covington. This is the Suede Covington Show. The best thing on the planet, baby. Nothing better than the Suede Covington Show. I'll see you next week at Wednesday at 5 p.m. right here, man. Hey, if you want to catch past episodes, man, we got close, you know what I'm saying, some episodes. You can always go on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Look up past episodes of the Suede Covington Show, and I guarantee you'll love it. You'll be laughing. You'll be informed. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I had a great time with y'all, and I love y'all. Hey, keep supporting the Suede Covington Show. You know what I'm saying? The best